Hello and welcome to the third video of the program in the series Living by Design. In this video we're going to reflect on what has happened before, the two program videos and the videos on the presenter as well as the video on you. The most important things in this video is purpose. Okay, the video has a purpose and everything that we've done thus far is feeding into the purpose of the whole course of Living by Design. We sometimes plan stuff and it doesn't happen the way it has to. Like for example, today it's raining and we're planning an outdoor shoot, but we'll have to make do with what we have. I think one of the things we said in the first video is don't wait, work where you are, work with what you have where you are. So procrastination sometimes, it doesn't pay off. Now in the video, in the second video of the program, there were areas where I thought maybe somebody would ask questions or things weren't that clear, that they would pause, etc. to find out meaning of certain things, like for example, the pile of clothing that was there, etc. And because all the videos are interlinked, we need to try and find meaning from one video to the other. Now, if we get in conversation with ourselves, remember we said for you there was awareness, attention, and retention. And for all of us there was growth, change, and spread your wings. Now, can we assess that and reflect? For myself, I think I have grown a little bit in the video production section, maybe a little bit. Did I change? I'm not sure about that. But here I've spread my wings on YouTube. Now, when we look at the videos together, we will help connecting the dots, whatever was missing. Maybe, for example, there were things that you didn't understand. In the comment series, you can ask questions and we'll clarify that. Now, I did make some notes because I can speak for hours on end. You can ask my students. I had a 3-hour lecture and I did the full 3 hours. Right, so I want to relate something about waiting until something is ready. I remember when I just started out teaching, I had a student in my class who didn't make the grade. Now we won't say that he failed because the assessment criteria was maybe not what he was up to. I encountered that student, I think maybe a year or two later, and he said to me, "Miss, I make more than you." He didn't finish high school. He left at grade 11, or I said at 9 as it was that time. And he's been running his own business. And he was making more money than we did. So if he had, for example, waited until he had finished matric, I'm not saying you shouldn't do matric. But if he had waited, that niche might not have been there for him to complete or to get into the business the way he did at the time. Now, I'm not saying that just jumping into any business will work. For example, in the catering business, if I'm supposed to be employed as a chef in the catering business, I would really have to do a lot of work. Because you can ask my nieces, their comments were like, "Are you going to cook with that skills?" And another one was saying like, if you open a restaurant, you'll have to call it "I made my sister cook." So because I can't cook, I have to make my sister cook. So with some of the things, yes, definitely, we have to wait till things are maybe mature, more ready, etc. But some of the things, just jump into it, like I said, drop it. And when I look at the videos, so the first two videos, they were live. They were a little bit more not interactive, I would say, but there was a little bit more for let's say life in it. The other two of them program, they were the content of the actual Living by Design program, and it was a little bit more mundane. Now sometimes I think we spoke about the sad moments in life. These were the more sad moments of the program because it was just facts that we had to put out, and I could have done it maybe in a more interactive way, but just to show that sometimes when things are packaged in the way that the videos are there, a little bit more mundane, they might be the more important things. And I remember when I was still teaching, I used to give out presents sometimes, and the most important things I think we did, I used to wrap some things in newspaper, and people knew, for example, even that newspaper one, that might be the most important thing. Now, being ready also, I think always don't wait till you have everything in place. Work, just deliver your best all the time. Now, I remember also in my first year lecturing at the university, that one of my students came in as a senior. He was older than all the others, and he had a major attitude, and we had to really get down to sort of sorting that out. And we had some tips during the course of the year, but he ended up being one of the best students, also delivering a video on like the videos, delivering a video on where all the muscles are, and he used to go like, this is here, this is there, that is there. And the students actually remembered everything that he did. When it came to the test, this boy who had all these muscles and things in place, all the students remembered how he was standing, and they remembered the names of the muscles. So yeah, he had his role. He didn't have the highest marks in the class though, but in the end, at the final exam, I awarded, like I always have from certain organizations, like money, and the money is for students. And I gave this particular student the 2,000 rand, and I must stress it is 2,000 rand in his pocket. And the other student said, but Miss, we didn't know. I said, but he didn't know either. He just delivered his best, irrespective of what is at stake. So when we look at delivering or doing something, we shouldn't look at what is in it for me all the time. Deliver your best all the time, and it will pay off. And like I said, yeah, in one of the videos, I did mention that there were things that weren't so clear that I thought people might ask questions on. And one of the things were the traits that I displayed. And the word traits didn't come out so well. I thought maybe somebody would want to check what that is. But yeah, one of the traits is crazy. I do crazy things like that reindeer sledding, dog sledding. I went up to the highest point in the Caucasus Mountains in Europe, the highest inhabited community in Europe. I went down to the southernmost inhabited part of the world. I've been to Ushuaia. So really it's been, curbing yourself, it doesn't pay off. Spreading your wings, flying where you want to, is probably one of the best things I think that you can do for yourself. Now, when we spread our wings, that is one of the times that we grow, that we change, and then keep focus on our purpose in life. Like I said, we have an ultimate purpose, and that purpose, everybody has its own ultimate purpose. But like I said, my purpose is I'm an educator and facilitator, tutor, whatever, but primarily an educator, and I try to bring across some of the information as easy, I think, as simple as possible. I think it's simple. And if the purpose of these videos are what was intended, only then I can say I fulfilled my mission. So these videos are all to come still. I have lined up, like I said, a few people, and I'm very excited about the input into my program. And up to now, I think we did say we have a lot of cracks in the program. But those cracks were in the videos, we had a lot of cracks. And those are all part of the program. If we start off, for example, everything being perfect, then what is there to grow from? And I think it sends a message, for example, I can't do anything, but because look at this. But if we see some people growing, if we see there's change, we see the growth, it may inspire others to grow. And part of the program Living by Design is to design your life such that you can grow, knowing that where you are at this point in time, coin your purpose and work towards it. That purpose may change. That purpose, as we grow, we may have more skills, we may have more information, knowledge base is enlarged, and that purpose might change. And the structure of attaining the purpose might change as well, because if we have more resources, we can do things very differently. So the purpose of these videos, is, like I said, is growing holistically. We will concentrate, for example, on health a lot. And because if we're not healthy, then there's nothing we can do for anybody else. If we're not mentally sane or mentally aware, if you are emotionally disturbed, etc., you need help. If anybody's in a position, sane, healthy, and can help you emotionally, good for them. But that is what this program is about: is to get people to help one another. And if these videos can contribute towards it, I will be very happy that I've achieved the purpose. So until we see you next time again, I will leave you in the care. I'll find some nice place to leave you. But until then, goodbye. And this is where I leave you. Till next time. Ciao.